Good morning, it's Disney Day 8, and we are on our way to Magic Kingdom this morning. Because today is Friday, the start of Memorial Day weekend, Magic Kingdom opens at 8 a.m. this morning, and we are on our way to the bus stop here at Aruba. We're still going to make it before the regular park opens, but we're going to miss the bulk of early entry, I think. Well, the bus is finally arriving 20 minutes after it said it was going to, and we've been standing here for 30. Well, it's 7:52 and we've virtually lost all early entry thanks to the bus system. There definitely should have been way more buses than there were. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep the camera facing forward so you can see the park as we explain this situation, but we got in this morning. I think I filmed going through like the ticketing booths, but we still had 5 minutes of early entry by the time we made it up to the hub. We thought, okay, good, we can still get over into Space Mountain without, all the other people getting there. But then they opened the park 5 minutes early. As we're walking through the hub, Mickey's like, okay, go! And then we watched as the rope got dropped and everybody surged forward. And I'm like, we still have 5 minutes of early entry. What is the point of my my early entry if you're gonna open the park early? Which was really frustrating, so we just beelined it straight to Space Mountain. Some people got in front of us, but at least we still got through the line within like 10 minutes. Now, Space Mountain is not where we wanted to go this morning. It was actually Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. That's what we wanted to rope drop. And so that was a bit frustrating that we weren't gonna be able to make it up to there. It was already an 80-minute wait, and there was just no way that we were gonna hop in line for an 80-minute wait. I went to guest services afterwards, the blue tent people that are around the park, to explain our situation with the buses and how they opened the park early and we completely lost early entry. We're really polite and cordial, did not, be angry at them. It's not their fault. Anytime you're talking to guest services, be really polite, be really kind. They'll do their best that they can for you. They say you catch more flies with honey. That's part of the phrase, but whatever. They weren't able to give us a lightning lane for Seven Dwarfs, which I honestly didn't think that they would. I was really hoping that they would, but because it's a paid lightning lane, they wouldn't do that. But they gave us a Big Thunder Mountain Railroad lightning lane, which, is better than nothing. So we got an extra lightning lane for the mishap, but now it's time for Tron this morning. They are currently doing boarding groups 1 through 16 here this morning. And it is empty this morning. Maybe we can request the front row again. I love the front row. They're not even using this side. Benjamin is gonna ride with me this morning in the front row. What did you think, Benji? You were in the front row. That was your first time in the front row?
Yeah.
Yeah? Amy and James rode together, but they actually went 3 vehicles before us because the front row had too long of a backup. Right now we're walking up to Fantasyland. Honestly, this is gonna look like a carbon copy of the previous Magic Kingdom day so far. We did Space Mountain, Tron, now we're gonna go get a cinnamon roll from Gaston's, and then we were gonna go to Jungle Cruise. So it's just pretty much carbon copy, step for step, what we did the other Magic Kingdom day. We ended up riding Peter Pan the other day with lightning lanes, so we're like, oh, we don't need to grab Peter Pan this morning. And Peter Pan and Jungle Cruise are the two that go the fastest, so we still just grabbed another Jungle Cruise. But I'm not gonna belabor everything that we did last time. We are gonna attempt to do some things we didn't do last time, ride some rides we didn't do last time. So this video shouldn't be a 100% carbon copy. Plus, both places we're going to eat lunch and dinner are completely new today, so hang with us and see how everything goes. Amy just noted that Seven Dwarfs Mine Train is down to a 45-minute wait, and I still want to get breakfast because my stomach is empty, and those delicious Gaston cinnamon rolls are more important to me than Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. But I think we are going to just go hop in line for Seven Dwarfs after this instead of going to Jungle Cruise. If we miss our Jungle Cruise Lightning Lane, oh well. We'll try to use it, even past due. If it doesn't work, oh well. Okay, like, we're literally coming up here at the same time that we did the other day, and there's no line now. I mean, the park is emptier than it was the other day. Wait, this is a Friday. We came on a Saturday. That's probably why. I know it's Memorial Day weekend, but I don't know. It must be the difference. Oh, look at that delicious goodness. Yes, my cinnamon roll and extra icing. Additionally, we've purchased 2 LaFouse brews. The LaFouse brew is the Magic Kingdom equivalent of our Boysen Apple Freeze, but without the Boysen. So this is an apple-based frozen drink. However, it's got little hints of like butterscotch in there. So it kind of tastes like a cross between a Boysen Apple Freeze and a frozen butterbeer without the like super sweet flavor of a butterbeer, so it's not quite as good. I'd rather still have my Boysen Apple Freeze, I think, but this is pretty decent all the same. This is the first time I've had a LaFouse brew. Still says 45 minutes, so we're gonna give it a go. So we're still trying to figure this out because we went to Epcot yesterday on a Thursday, and last time we went on a Sunday, and I feel like yesterday was way busier at Epcot than it was on Sunday. Now here at Magic Kingdom, it's a Friday, and we went on a Saturday last time, and it's like way emptier than it was. So I know it's Memorial Day weekend, but people must just be checking in today and not necessarily in the parks today. But Magic Kingdom opened at 8, which would lead me to believe that the park is expecting it to be busier, so I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna get my drink back. Somebody has confiscated it. After VillainCon the other day, I've taken to calling him my little henchman because that's how they referred to children in their pre-show videos. Amy and James are splitting this one. Although I think he just took hers too. What'd you find? You find some gems?
Yeah.
Ooh, it lit up when you touched it. So, it's been 15 minutes and I feel like we're getting pretty close. 25 minutes, that's not 45. I'll take it. Here we go. Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. Benjamin's got his hands in the air. So does James, for that matter. Well, we were debating paying $50 for a individual lightning lane for Mine Train, $12 a person, $48 in total. And I'm glad we didn't, cause yeah, that wasn't bad, 25 minutes. And it's a really, really short ride, to be honest.
This ride might be kind of like a Rise of the Resistance situation where everyone goes to an early entry and rope drop. And we just went like an hour after the park opened, and I mean, it was posted 45, but we literally only waited 25 minutes for it.
Could be. Maybe it's best to get in line an hour after the park opens. Castle. We're going this way. We've ventured over to Adventureland because we are gonna try to use our Jungle Cruise Lightning Lane. We're pretty past due at this point, like maybe about a half an hour past due, but well, they're hoping the camel will spit on them. Oh, he just spat, but they weren't standing in the right spot. Here he goes. Did you get wet? That's quite the standby line. They did say that we were perfectly fine being late. They said that their happier for you to be late than early. In fact, I know that they won't allow you to be any more than 5 minutes early, but they said it's okay if you're late. So, yep, we're late and we're getting on.
Then you say when you say your last party behind the line, you say
Your skipper, your guide, your botanist, your zoologist, one heck of a paleontologist, if I do say so myself. Do not laugh at my joke. Your swimming instructor. Whoever would say Skipper's Arena, you deserve $100. Now, usually there is supposed to be a skip over here, but honestly, I can't really see anyone. Canoe? The African bull elephant. Do you all know elephants actually have one of the best memories? Really wish I had a memory like that. Hey, look, it's an African bull elephant. Oh, because he was gifted the power of invisibility for today. Put your leg at the bottom, and we'll get the point in the end. On the shoreline, we have Smiley and Ginger. Now, Ginger is once up good. Be careful. Ginger does snap. Go back side. Go.
O2H.
Here's a murmur. There's actually a 500-pound tiger in this temple that likes to hunt during the daytime. Just 15.
We didn't get to ride the magic carpets of Aladdin last time because it was broken. But it says it's a 5-minute wait right now, so I figure now's the best time to just hop in line. Hey, look! Aladdin and Jasmine are riding together on this one.
Cuiden sus pequeñitos. Walk down on the left. To make the carpet tip forward or back. Riders on the backboard to press that magic stone. Everyone ready? Fly to Agrabah.
Now Aladdin and Jasmine are over at the exit greeting guests as they fly by. Both boys are in front controlling whether we go up or down. They want us to get wet with the camel. And for once I think I want to be wet because it is crazy blazing hot so far today. It's only 10:15. It is the hottest day yet for 10:15. Oh, it stopped spitting. Here we go. Come on, come on, come on. Aw, the stream.
it's not spinning hard enough.
The stream isn't even hitting people. Maybe you have to be under it. We could go under it. I feel like the castle coloring has faded quite a bit since they first made it. It was like very bright pink before, and I actually kind of liked it bright pink. Definitely faded now. Oh, I already feel myself starting to get sluggish, and it's only 10:30 a.m. It's the heat. The heat more than anything. It just saps it right out of you. We're gonna go get something refreshing. Probably just some waters and maybe a couple of snacks, but we wanted to get ice cream. Ice cream parlor doesn't open until 11. It's hot enough to get ice cream now. Thought about getting a Dole Whip, but we got a Dole Whip last time. The Dole Whips are available now, but we'll save our ice cream for a little bit later on this evening. It probably won't be light anymore by the time we get it, but that's okay. Amy's got something that she really wants to get from the Plaza Ice Cream Parlor. And over here at the luncheon pad, we decided to try the Mike Wazowski cake. Now, this looks interesting, but we don't know how it's going to taste, but we thought we'd give it a try. And the kids are going to get the Mickey pretzel, just a standard Mickey pretzel. They'll split that between the two of them. So here is a look at what's inside of this. It didn't break gracefully. I'm not even sure how easy this is going to be to eat, but this is the Mike Wazowski cake. Mousse thing. I don't remember what it is, but at this point in the trip, I'm like, I just want to eat food. I don't really care to remember the names of things.
It's a green blob.
It's a green blob. There you go. Amy always makes the best faces, don't you agree?
What am I eating?
I have no idea. Some sort of mousse, gelatin, hard shell chocolate thingy.
I feel like I'm eating a green blob. It tastes like blob.
Yeah, it's
blob
not
can have a flavor.
It's not that great. I thought it was like mango flavored.
The flavor's okay. It's the texture. Like,
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be more like a cake.
Well, so did I. I thought it would be cakey,
But
not
this is
gelatinous.
more like gelatin. I mean, maybe if you like flan, it's kind of like that, I think. But, because the flavor is actually okay. Like, I'm not upset at the flavor. It's actually a really good flavor.
It's the texture.
It's the texture that's getting me. It's like, I mean, I don't know. It's starting to grow on me a bit.
Well, good, because I don't like it. I had the half, and I'm not interested in having any more. So,
Once you get past the initial weird texture, I don't know, it's not as bad now. But that's because, I mean, the flavor is really good. I don't know what you thought of the flavor, but maybe it's mango.
well, it is definitely mango. I'm pretty sure it's mango, which is one of the reasons why I got this, because I knew you would probably like it. I mean, I'm okay with mango, but it's not like, you know, my favorite flavor. If it had been like mint or something, I'd have been in love, but...
But no, now that I'm like past the initial texture shock, it's actually it's not too bad.
Meanwhile, the kids devoured a Mickey pretzel and their own frozen Coke. I also got some waters, but the primary purpose for the water was pouring on my head, because I had one bite of like the ice cube, and even their ice cubes at Magic Kingdom taste bad. I don't know why, but the water here, the ice here is terrible. Time for the Carousel of Progress.
Looks like the Robins are getting ready to celebrate Valentine's Day today. What year is it? Oh, right around the turn of the century. And believe me, things couldn't be any better than they are today. Yes, sir, buildings are towering now as high as 20 stories. And moving pictures flicker up on a big screen. We have almost 8,000 automobiles in this country, and we can travel by train from New York to California in less than 7 days.
Big beautiful tomorrow, and tomorrow's just a dream away.
Always a good time in the Carousel of Progress. They do the like turn of the century 1900s, the 1920s, 1940s, and then they skipped to like the turn of the century for the 2000s. And my guess is, I mean, it's been a while. I'm sure that I've seen these details, but they probably used to be the 60s and they've updated it to the 2000s. I was just thinking, it's about time it gets updated again to like the 2020s. I don't know. It probably wouldn't work, obviously. Like, I almost need like a whole new one of those Carousel of Progress with new progress, but it's really fun. I love it every time. Next up, we're going to do Space Mountain again, but this time under Lightning Lane. And we just grabbed a Lightning Lane in replacement for Peter Pan at 7:30 tonight, because we're about to go do lunch after this, and then we're going to go back to our resort for a bit. So we really don't mind enacting the 2-hour rule, because we are going to be gone, and literally every other attraction is available like immediately. There are so many attractions on Genie Plus here at Magic Kingdom. So many that we've found that more often than not, a lot of the rides are just available like right away, with the exception of a few like Jungle Cruise and Peter Pan, which do push out really far. Last chance to watch the most awesome exit queue of any ride. And my personal favorite, the Space 220 type scene. So at this point, we've pretty much done a repeat of all of our favorites, with the exception of Big Thunder, which we still have that free Lightning Lane that we got for, which Amy wants to do later on today. And then Haunted Mansion. Aside from that, when we get back into the park later, there's a bunch that we want to do, like Tomorrowland Speedway behind us, and a couple of other rides we just didn't get to do the other day. This is another ride crazy sort of heavy day. I mean, Magic Kingdom, while it does have shows and things, it is the park with the most amount of rides, and considering we purchased Genie Plus, you know, I just want to make the most of it, so we are just going to be mostly doing rides. Well, there are a bunch of different shows.
Yeah, like Hall of Presidents.
Well, Hall of Presidents, but I'm thinking like Mickey's PhilharMagic, the Tiki Room, the Enchanted Tales with Belle.
Oh,
Like,
I want to do that.
Yeah.
We should do that. I forgot
Yeah.
about that thing. I don't care about Tiki Room or whatever else you just said because we have
Philhar.
because we have them back in California.
We do,
with, like,
yeah.
no wait. But I forgot about Enchanted Tales with Belle.
So you're glad I reminded you. And we're already changing our plans. Amy was like, we're standing right here. Can't we just do People Mover? It's like, okay. The primary deciding factor was none of the extended queue is in use at the moment. And I don't want to like try to ride it at 3 when every single bit of that queue is filled. This is the way. This is the way. Here we go.
This is the TTA Blue Line for galactic travel.
Right now they should be telling me something about people watching. So I don't like that they've changed the narration.
Highway in style.
Bummer.
Absolute best way to see Tomorrowland. And my stars, is there ever lots to see? From spacecraft to monster labs. There's really nothing like today in Tomorrowland.
This is the best ride in Magic Kingdom, isn't it? 100%?
It's relaxing.
The next station is Tomorrowland Urban Planning and Star Traders. Transfer to green and red lines.
Don't worry, your express train keeps on rolling through the future.
Attention all visitors from Galaxy F31. Please keep forward-facing tentacles clear.
Blur Punch Buggy! Amy said he said aloha. I say aloha too. If my shirt isn't a dead giveaway for where we're eating dinner tonight, Amy's going to change before we go to dinner too. It's Bruno! We just left Magic Kingdom Park because we are going to lunch over there and going to dinner over there.
Can you tell that we don't really like Magic Kingdom food?
Now you could take the resort monorail over to the Contemporary. However, it's just a brief 10-minute walk if you head along this way. We usually just walk it. Well, here we are at the Contemporary Resort. We are not eating at Steakhouse 71, though we have done that in the past. It's pretty good. We're actually just coming here for their quick service, which we will find up on the next level. Actually, it's 3 levels up. So lots of escalators. Fun, fun. Benjamin looked at me and said, "Are we going to Chef Mickey's?" No, sorry, Benjamin. Instead, we're going to Contempo Cafe, which we've eaten here before, and we really like their quick service at the Contemporary. Here is a quick look at their menu. We placed our order with the cast member, and there were a bunch of stuff in like refrigerators over here. I'll go show you that in a minute. So we just pulled everything we ordered out of the refrigerator first. Amy ordered a salad as her primary meal. Then we got a Jack Cookie Num Num cupcake that I just had to try because of the Cookie Num Num. And then both of the boys wanted watermelon, so they got watermelon fruit cups each. And then we'll show you the rest of it when it arrives. And here was the refrigerated section that I mentioned. So generally you can just come in here, grab that, and then go check out if you want. But if you want to order anything hot, they do have a like grill here as well. Here is a closer look at Amy's salad. It is just a standard chicken Caesar salad, and she's got some dressing to put on the side here. The inside of this cupcake is filled with cookie dough. Yum, yum. If you love cookie dough, this is a good cupcake to get. We also got a fairly brand new item to the menu within like the last week or so, the cookie croissant. This was not on the menu when we did our planning a couple of weeks ago. So this is a sort of new one. Basically the same thing as the Jack Cookie Num Num. It's gonna have cookie dough in it. This is my meal that I ordered. It is a spicy chicken sandwich. It looked a little better on their menu board than it does in person. I just made James a happy camper. I took all my toppings off of my burger, and he just loves to eat. He's a little bunny rabbit. We're still waiting on the kids' meal. They brought everything else out. What is that exactly that I'm looking at?
Cookie croissant. So it's a croissant with a stuffed warm chocolate chip cookie dough cookie inside, and it's really, really good.
It's really good? Wow. Wow. Yeah, it's like they took a cookie, they heated it up, they stuck it right in the center of that croissant. It's gooey, it's melty. Fantastic. Where the Jack Jack Cookie Num Num had like refrigerated cookie dough in it, this is good. I mean, both are good. The Jack Jack Cookie Num Num cupcake needed way more cookie dough in it though, because once the cookie dough is gone, it's just kind of a regular cupcake. Though James isn't complaining, he loves the cake. He's just over here chowing down on the cake. They're eating dessert before they get their food. It's just kind of the way it happened. You shouldn't have ordered a salad. This place has good food. You should have actually ordered something hot off the menu.
I know, I was thinking that afterwards. I'm like, oh well.
The spicy chicken sandwich is delicious. Way better than Chick-fil-A's, and I love Chick-fil-A's spicy chicken sandwich. And it has a really nice kick to it. Like, nice aftertaste, good tingle. Can't really find good spicy food at Walt Disney World. Wow. This sandwich, fantastic. And here is the meal for the kids. Now, this is an adult 4-strip chicken tender. And as soon as I popped the lid on this, my first thought was, wow, this is huge. And Amy's like, yeah, that's why they're splitting, of course. I don't even think they're going to finish all this, to be honest with you. This is massive. Now, they have a Dole Whip cupcake here that I wanted to try, but I'm just going to have to show it to you instead. Because after eating my meal, I am pretty full, and instead of a third dessert, the boys each chose fruit cups for themselves, and Amy didn't want the Dole Whip cupcake either. She chose that cookie croissant. So, sadly, I don't get to try that Dole Whip cupcake, but at least you know that it looks pretty nice looking. After lunch, we hopped aboard a bus to actually take us to Hollywood Studios so that we can get the Skyliner back to Caribbean Beach. We figured that's faster than the 10-minute walk back to Magic Kingdom and then waiting for our bus there. Who knows how long it would take. So we just figured this bus is here at the Contemporary. We'll take it over to Hollywood Studios and get the Skyliner. Plus, who can argue with the Skyliner, right?
I still think we could have split up and seen who got back first.
Amy says she should have walked to Magic Kingdom and seen who beat who back, but it's fine. Any excuse to take the Skyliner, absolutely any excuse, I will take it. Benjamin always goes backwards in the Skyliner, and he's like, he had his hands in the air for going up. It's like it's a roller coaster to him. This actually might be our last time on the Skyliner, unless we do a late night Skyliner stroll tonight just for the fun of it.
That might happen.
That very well might happen. Caribbean Beach. Just love it. Love the view. Love the walkways. At the moment we are walking to the resort center, center town, because we want to go check out the gift shop there. We also want to check on the pool. If the slide is working, we may consider the pool or do a night swim tonight. If the slide is still not working, then we're probably going to pass on the pool for today. Just take a rest in the room. I'm sorry if this is boring you, but I'm just taking a couple of moments to enjoy the scenery for my future self, because we actually rewatch these videos multiple times between trips, and so I just want to look at this. Well, we've come down by the pool here, and the big slide indeed is working again. You can see people up top there, and a lot of water coming out of the slide, so that's a good sign. Personally though, we went in the pool yesterday at this time of day, and it's just so hot that even the pool wasn't really all that refreshing. So I'm thinking a night swim might be more in order. We can enjoy it more. I mean, the sun doesn't have to go down, just later in the evening when it's not so hot. What I found myself doing yesterday was looking for any bit of shade and like staying in the shaded areas. There's just not too much shade, as you can tell. There's just not a lot of shade in there. But we want to walk into our main area here, Old Port Royal lobby, and go to the Calypso Trading Post. We're just gonna peruse around, look for something, anything. Well, Amy and I have not bought anything Disney to take back. The kids have, but Amy and I haven't. Here is, we always buy an ornament, and this one's not too terribly heavy. This might be nice. Caribbean Beach. So these are the types of ornaments that we usually get, the ones that are just shaped like Mickey's head, but this is like a specialty one. I like this. It's also really heavy. That's the only problem with these types of ornaments. They're really, really heavy, but I do like this one. I'd be curious, I'm sure Disneyland has one. I'd be curious to see Disneyland's. We were back in the room for about an hour or so. It is just after 3 o'clock, and we are going to head back into the park now. We should get there around 3:30 or so, and then we'll have an hour in the park to do some lightning lanes that we've stacked up, and then we will go to dinner, which is at 5 o'clock, just outside of the park. Well, we're back to this again. Amy over there on the other side of the bus, and the kids sitting next to me for whatever reason. The bus actually showed up quite a bit. Like we were only there for like 2 or 3 minutes, and the bus showed up. It's easier to get a bus at 3 in the afternoon apparently than at rope drop. Don't know why. Doesn't make any sense to me. But it's empty too. We caught the tail end of the parade here. There goes Murphy back behind the wall. And I think this is the last float because it's 3:30 in the afternoon. I was gonna try to go around it, but if it's ending, I'm just gonna stand here and wait. There's Donald. And Pluto! Oh, I see Pluto! And then Goofy and Daisy. Oh, there's Mickey and Minnie. They're the last ones. Chip and Dale. Okie dokie. Here we are. Haunted Mansion, and while I was walking up here, I was grabbing another lightning lane, and we grabbed Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin. I was gonna say Astro Blasters, but that's ours. Space Ranger Spin. I fiddled for a little bit. I actually grabbed Little Mermaid at first, and then fiddled and got actually a better time for Buzz. So we just decided to go for Buzz.
Our library is well stocked with priceless first editions, only ghost stories, of course, and marble busts of the greatest ghost writers the literary world has ever known. They have all retired here to the Haunted Mansion. Actually, we have 999 happy haunts here, but there's room for 1,000. Any volunteers? Listen. Happy haunts materialize, and begin to vocalize. We need us not to socialize.
Here's a Disneyland Walt Disney World difference, and this is just a nice special shout out to our Disneyland cast members. Within the last hour, I have had at least 3 Walt Disney World cast members who were very short, snappy, and rude to me when I was just asking simple questions. Whereas at Disneyland, I generally feel like our cast members are super upbeat and generally happy. I mean, everybody's going to be a little different. There are some people have bad days. It just seems like every cast member that I've encountered or interacted with within the last hour has been, like I said, particularly snappy here today. Now, in all of these instances, they were indoor cast members, so you can't blame the heat necessarily unless they rotate from being outside. I don't know, but it is a exceptionally hot day today, And I'm willing to give them a pass because of the heat. Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin. Here we go. Oh, there's nobody in the lightning lane today. Wow. There's really nobody in the lightning lane today. I still didn't do all that great.
Let's get it done with Space Rangers. Check the status board to review your score. And remember,
here's James's score. Did you do better or worse than last time?
Better.
Better? Good. I still can't figure that ride out. No matter how hard I try, I can't figure it out. Oh, that was it. We had time for 2 rides, and now we're gonna go to dinner. We have to leave the park to do that, because it's over at the Polynesian. Spoiler alert. We popped into the Emporium on the way out, though, because Amy wants to buy a lanyard for work, because she has a set of keys that she uses and often hands them out to people, and this little button right here will allow it to disconnect, and she can hand that to people and keep that part around her neck. So that item is actually what we went looking for at the Calypso Trading Post at our hotel. She didn't find one that she particularly loved there, though.
This one had a lot more selection.
Yeah, it did, at the Emporium. To get over to the Poly, we need the monorail, but not the Express. That goes straight to the TTC. Instead, we need the Resort monorail, which is going to be this direction. Whew, we just barely made that one. It was opening the doors as we were going up the ramp, and we had to run a little bit.
That is actually all we need to really do. And then
here we are at the Polynesian. Here we go. We've always said that we would love to stay here sometime. It reminds me of Hawaii. Of course it should. That's the whole idea. There is a lot of people over there waiting to get a table. We were going to make a special request to be by a window because we never are. But I just checked in online because there's a lot of people. So while we wait, let's check out their gift shop, Moana Mercantile. Stitch, 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 and more stitch. And that's the only non-stitch stuff they have. Within about 5 minutes, we got our text to come back to here and wait for a hostess. So Ohana is an all-you-care-to-enjoy family-style feast, and it comes with appetizers. You get everything here. Appetizer, entree, dessert, drinks, everything's all included in the price. Now, standard drinks, not specialty drinks, of course, but here's a look at them. You get both of those appetizers. For the entrees, they just have a regular dinner or a plant-based dinner if you need it, and you can take a look at those options. And then dessert is pretty much the same way. They just have the Ohana bread pudding. If you don't like the bread pudding, they do have a plant-based option as well. And then we don't really do drinks, of course, so we're not going to concern ourselves with any of those. But they do have some non-alcoholic specialties, again, that you can order. But regular soda will be included with the price, but these extra specialties are not. Here is a look at the mixed greens salad that they brought out as an appetizer. It comes with a citrus vinaigrette on the side. And this is their signature Ohana bread, which I believe he said had like pineapple flavoring in it. I tried looking on the menu and I didn't see any information about what's in the bread. They do have a plant-based option available upon request, though. Pog juice! I'm in heaven. I love pog juice. I'll probably get like 3 of these because they're unlimited. I don't have to pay for them. James said he saw the umbrella in his cup and he went, fancy! The bread is really, really good, and it is like a pineapple like sauce in the butter. And here are the sides. You can get an unlimited amount of these as well, but they have some chicken wings, they have some noodles, we have pot stickers, as well as broccoli, and those little corn on the cob things that almost nobody likes. If you like those little corn on the cob things, tell me down in the comments, because I've never met anybody who likes those. Ooh, they just brought out warm towels for wiping your hands if you got your fingers on the sticky wings. And here is the teriyaki steak. Ooh, this is, in my opinion, one of the best parts and why we come to Ohana. And here is the shrimp. Now they no longer bring this stuff on skewers. That was a pre-COVID thing. Ever since COVID, they bring individual bowls instead of walking around table to table with skewers. We asked how they prepare the steak and they said medium to medium rare. That is definitely not it. But it's not well done, so at least there's something. Still delicious, all the same though. Amy has spent her whole meal pretty much peeling shrimp for Benjamin, who is just over here devouring it. In fact, he had an empty plate for a bit while she actually got some for James or herself or something. And as soon as it ended up on his plate, he was like, yay! Loves shrimp. They surprise brought out one more food item, a pineapple guava glazed chicken. He said there's no bones and it's real good, but I'm not sure I could eat another bite. I guess we'll give it a try. So this is the bread pudding dessert, and he said it's the smallest one he could bring us. We're all really full. Amy's gonna pour some syrup, whatever it is, on top. Oh, I'm currently in a pog coma. Oh, so good, so good.
When you're drinking out that you'll be good all summer now.
Yes. Now let's head back into the park. That actually took a little bit more time than some of the other sit-downs, just because of the constantly flowing extra plates. The best item, in my opinion, they brought out last, and I didn't really get to eat any of it because I was so full. But the chicken with the pineapple guava glaze was so good. Both meats were tender, but
the salad was there.
Oh yeah, I took one bite of that and it was like, oh, what is this? I think it was the arugula. It probably had arugula.
I don't know what it had.
It was whatever that leafy greens were.
Funny food.
It was funny food. It was $200. Okay, it was $200. And I don't know if I should say this on camera, but when he asked for discounts, we said, "Does Disneyland count?" And he said, "I don't know. I'll go check." And when he came back, there was a 10% discount on our bill. So I don't think they're supposed to, but he probably got permission to do it. So thank you so much to Brandon. You are awesome.
He was a great server.
Great server. And anyway, it's a pricey meal. I told Amy, I said, "Wow, I love Ohana. We might want to consider going to Sebastian's in the future because it is the poor man's Ohana."
Thinking we could do like an every other trip.
Every other sounds like it would work.
This trip we did Ohana. The next time we come out here, we'll do Sebastian's again.
Yeah.
Because there is something about Ohana,
there is. What was her name? Like Otila? I think her name was Otila. She was singing pretty much like 75% of the time we were there. And the ukulele and the music was wonderful. I will never forget that lesson in Hawaii at Aulani. And you will never say ukulele again. That's what they said.
I can't say I'm terrible at playing them though.
Ukulele. Anyway, we did want to say that the Ohana food was, I mean, all of it was phenomenal, fantastic. We have heard mixed reviews that it wasn't as great as it used to be pre-COVID. It's been 5 years since we've eaten there. I thought it was just as good as I remembered it.
Because like we've heard reviews of people saying, oh well, the meat's way too overcooked, you know, nothing's juicy, you know, or sweet or anything, and I didn't find that the case with anything. Like, especially even my second piece of steak I had, that was even more tender than the first, and the shrimp was really good. You'll probably see in, wait, did you record Benjamin eating shrimp?
Once or twice, but not like,
he ate
only like a dozen shrimp.
He would be one of those people who would put Red Lobster out of business.
Probably.
He ate like 20 shrimp.
It was a lot. We're gonna ride 2 rides before we head back to our room, and we promised the boys the night swim. So the rides that we are going to do is Big Thunder Mountain Railroad right across the way. And then we also have a lightning lane for Peter Pan that we grabbed eons ago when we were leaving to go back to our room in the afternoon. Sadly, our last day at Magic Kingdom is winding down. Yes, we could theoretically stay for quite a few more hours, but most of us are pretty pooped out at this point. So we got one more ride before we leave.
If the slide had been open at our resort the last 2 days, we wouldn't have really cared much about a night swim tonight. We probably would have stayed in the park longer, but
What can you do?
the kids really, really want to go swimming.
So as James just called it, let's go ride Petey Pan. That's his words, not mine. 55-minute standby. We don't have to do that. Hey buddy, I'm gonna have mommy here. We got stopped, and I noticed where I am here, this cuckoo clock. I had this cuckoo clock growing up. If you had this cuckoo clock growing up, let me know.
To Neverland!
Benjamin's like, let's go through the castle, Daddy. So I was like, okay. Okay. So rarely get an opportunity to do that because I feel like every hour they're doing some sort of stage show or performance here that closes that walkway. It is rather frequent, far more frequent than Disneyland does anything in front of their castle, that's for sure. But here's a nice look down Main Street. Well, we're headed out now, and Amy's like, oh no, there are gray storm clouds above us. That wasn't on the forecast. It's Florida. You never know, of course. But it'll be a bummer if we get all the way back to the hotel and find out they closed the pool. I mean, we're going that way. And it's pretty clear that way. And the wind is blowing that way. So, it should hopefully be fine. Left the park at roughly 7:45 and it is now 8:23. It took 40 minutes to get back between waiting for the bus and then the bus actually came in the other way down by Riviera and dropped us off last. We thought that they were going to come in the main Caribbean Beach entrance and drop us off first or second, but they did not. Either way, It's about 8:30. It's kind of late, but we promised the boys to take them to the pool, so I think we're still gonna do that even if it's a late night. The evening got away from me, and so I completely forgot to film an ending to this day. We did get back, we did go down to the pool. The boys had an absolute blast going down the slide 15 times or more, maybe probably more. Really great time. I didn't take the GoPro down yet again, just because, I don't know, like this trip, I feel like the pool, I just wanted to be kind of like relaxed time. So I didn't take the GoPro down to film it, just had some fun, swimming with them, going to the hot tub, that sort of thing. Came back and we immediately started packing for leaving tomorrow. And so, like I said, they got away from me, completely forgot to film an outro to this day. Thank you for joining us. Once again, hit the like and subscribe button on your way out. And here are the playlists for our vacations from previous years and this year. And thanks for watching. We'll see you again next time.